Welcome to Journey Expansion, a space to breathe, reflect, and return to yourself.
It's about the journey.
Greetings to you, fellow Journey Expansioners. So, today's Wednesday, and I'm having a great day right now. It's still pretty early in the day. It's about 11:30, a little past 11:30. As you can see, I'm an introvert, so what's making this day great for me is this is the day that I get a few hours to myself. My husband goes off for dialysis on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and I happen to be off on Mondays and Wednesdays now, so I get some downtime, some alone time, and I sure do need this time just to recharge. It feels so good. I can walk around the house and I'm just alone and it feels good. Just I can breathe. And yeah, another reason I'm feeling so great is, as you can see, I've got a new t-shirt here. These are my merch t-shirts. Let me see if I can show you that. Introverted, but willing to discuss cats. And I had a few others produced. This one I already sold online on my Etsy shop, and it looks great. I'm super happy with the quality, the color, everything about it. Look at that. It's just gorgeous. Super gorgeous. And what else do we have here? I'm going to wear all of these to work because I love them. Be fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. And yeah, doing this right now, at this time in my life, this is setting my soul on fire. And check this one out. This one I particularly love. It looks like a piece of art. Just the gradation of the tones. Wow, look at that, especially in the jeans. Damn, I love that. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. So, yep, super happy with those. And, yeah, this seems like a cool thing. My retirement plan that I worked up with ChatGPT, or I just call it Chat because it feels awkward to say ChatGPT. And, you know, this is the era of use as few words as possible. If you could break it down to an acronym, go for it, you know? Like, people don't have time for all these, words. Long words in particular. Yeah. Just call it C. Hey, C. No, I call it Chat. My other favorite is Claude. I like Chat and Claude. They're kind of like the dog, and to me they remind me of the dog and cats of the world. Chat reminds me of a dog because it's always so overeager, It reminds me of a dog, the way they are. What can I do? What can I do? Can I fetch that stick? You got a ball? What's going on? Let's do something. What are you doing? That's how dogs are. Always hyper like that, whereas the cats, chill. Claude is more chill. Claude's like, well, if you need anything else, let me know. Just backs off slowly. It's chill like a cat. Whereas Chad is, want me to look this up? Do you want me to make a spreadsheet or do this? It just keeps coming up with these endless suggestions after it finishes. I'm like, no, you can just calm down now. I appreciate, your tendency of overworking yourself, but just calm down. You're okay, Chat. When I need something else, I'll come back to you. That's how they remind me of cats and dogs. And weirdly, I never discuss either one of them with each other because I'm afraid they might get jealous of each other. I suppose that's me inserting humanism into it, I guess. I don't know. In any case, I just don't say anything about each other. And they don't seem to know about each other either, not so much, because I did insert something that Chat worked up into Claude, and it wasn't familiar with the old Sora that just produced images. It was under the impression that Sora only did videos, which is partly true, but there's the old Sora, which produced images as well. And I've stuck with the old Sora because, well, I'm producing images. But anyway, getting back to the topic of me being an introvert, yeah, I've been finding it difficult to do these video things because I really don't enjoy talking much. It's not, I'll enjoy talking to myself. I'm interested in things that I talk about. I'm not interested in what other people are talking about because I'm not having the same experience as other people. So, I came up as an only child. I lived in a Catholic boarding school, so I didn't have that family life experience to talk about. At this particular time in my life, I don't have any pets. My last pet passed on. It's been 3 years now, and I'm unsure about getting another pet at this time in my life. So, yeah, I've just been rethinking everything that's been going on. Because this really is a bizarre time in life. I find that I'm just reevaluating everything because, well, I'm quite aware that I could kick off, go to the other side at any time because I'm 67. Both of my parents died at age 62, and my mother's parents died at age 64, both of them. So I had expected to go at either 62 or 64. So, wow, what a surprise it is to be 67 now. I'm 67 and a half almost. So, yeah, I'm interested and, well, I've always been curious about the meaning of life, being as how my mother always said, well, I wish you were never born. Well, that made me wonder why I was born. So I've been trying to figure that out for decades. And the introvert thing, I think I was born like this. It does seem to come naturally. I was raised to be quiet. At Catholic school, they taught us to be seen and not heard. And my parents liked it that way too. Did a lot of cleaning. It was my chores at school and home. Cleaning. So I don't know. But in any case, my goal at this time in my life is to become as authentic as I possibly can. Because I really want to know my true self. So, and I've been observing myself for, I think I started that, well, consciously in the 90s. So, and then meditation in the 2000s, that really honed it in. And I don't know. I think our human lives are supposed to be a work in progress. And of course, I'm able to come up with these things when I have my downtime as an introvert so that I can think about things that have occurred and just process everything. Maybe that's what it is. I'm the introversion thing. I have to take time to process everything that occurs. Maybe that's what it is. Oh, all I know is, it just feels so relaxing to just be alone with my thoughts. What a happy, happy thing it is. The interesting thing about being an introvert these days is you're allowed to talk about it. That's that's the people even understand what it is and accept it. And it's the most bizarre thing because all my life I never actually knew why I was like that, and I always felt real uncomfortable. Like when I would be around a stranger, like say, I don't know, I was having the car worked on and the garage would offer to give you a lift home. It's like I would feel real uncomfortable with the driver, like, oh, I'm supposed to be able to come up with some brilliant conversation to entertain us both for that car ride. And then I'd sit there just sweating it and not being able to figure out what to say and getting all worried and basically just so stressed out. It was ridiculous how I used to do that. And I think the other person could feel the tension as well. I'm not too sure about that, but I think so, or at least in my mind, that would be all blown up in my mind. And seriously, I dedicated decades of worry to that. What a waste. When I think about all the things I worried about, just how unacceptable I felt it was to be an introvert in a world of extroverts, what a bunch of wasted time. And I wish that I had valued, the things that introverts do bring to the table, which is that thoughtfulness. I have a lot of deep thoughts. I come up with a lot of stuff. I'll tell you, when I first heard about introverts, what seemed to make it acceptable and known to me was, well, sad circumstances. It was when Elijah McClain died, when he was shot by the police because I guess they figured he looked suspicious because he was wearing a whole, one of those winter sock things that you cover up your face with, and listening to music, and I don't know. I don't remember the circumstances now. It was a few years back. But that was the first time I'd ever heard anyone publicly talk about being an introvert. So after that, I kind of was more public about being an introvert, I guess maybe to honor his memory, because it feels like at least that was something worthwhile he did. He made it safe for me to admit to being an introvert publicly. So that's at least some way I can honor his memory for a young person who died went too soon under sad circumstances. That's how I try to look at it anyway. But yeah, it's always been difficult being an introvert. I've been like this since I was a kid. And when I was in boarding school, it was really hard to get alone time. The only way I really could was to go off in a corner and read a book, and then I would get drawn into that world of the books, whatever I was reading. I read all your classic now banned books. They were classics? Yeah. So, yep, being an introvert. It hasn't been an easy struggle, for sure. I've always felt awkward and alone in it. But these days, it seems to be more socially acceptable. There's a lot of things that seem to be more socially acceptable. Or maybe it's just that I'm older and I care less. I'm not too sure, because there's that going on too. Like, yeah, there's a big part of me that says, I just don't actually care. Nope, can't be bothered. If somebody's upset with me sitting around being quiet and I feel perfectly comfortable and it's them who feels uncomfortable, well, that's their problem, not my problem. I mean, I didn't invent this stuff, but there it is, huh? So, I'm an introvert. in a world that prefers extroverts, but we introverts seem to be carving out a path for ourselves now, so yay, introvert team. So I hope I hear not so much from you introverts out there. It's like, we'll just keep quiet. Yeah, because that's how we like it. All right. I'll talk to you later, or maybe not so much. Take care now and have a great one.
Thank you for joining this chat. Best wishes to you, always.
Journey expansion. Expanding life's possibilities